Oh! Hey everybody. I was practicing on this Guitar Hero guitar keyboard. Yeah, I played some Guitar Heroes, PlayStation 2. But this is a good time for me to do this review, ladies and gentlemen, because what I'm going to be talking to you folks is something really different here. But the one way I'm going to start this is like this. Alright, bands! You wanted the best, you got the best! Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to talk to you about Kiss! But first, I'm going to review to you the movie. You gotta lose your mind to Detroit, Rock City! Now, normally I didn't get myself into Kiss until I saw this movie long ago. And, I had to say, this movie was made back in, 1999. Imagine that. Now, what this movie is about is an outrageous comedy about these four guys who decided to go all the way to Detroit, Michigan in order to see their favorite band in the whole world. Now, these guys are Kiss fans. Now, there's a lot of things keeps happening in this movie. And it all starts with these four guys. Now, these boys, they're a huge fan of Kiss. And they're trying to make their own band, too, so they can be a lot like their favorite band themselves. They call themselves Mystery. What's so mystery about it, I'll never know. But these guys have been best friends ever since they heard the music Kiss. Right here you have Lex, you got Jim, you got Trip, and you got Hawk. Now, Lex, he's just more like the kind of guy who let his friends comes over to his place and rock out anytime. James, he's a good kid, even though he idolizes the band Kiss. But his problem, he has a mother who hates rock and roll. And she's one of those religious Bible thumpers who has problems with rock and roll. Oh my gosh. Come on! People have been protesting against rock and roll ever since the 50s. Heck, parents have been protesting against jazz since the 20s. During the same time of Prohibition. Is there anything people will not protest over? Well, of course, I heard parents are protesting against video games. Because of how violent they are. Heck, back in the 50s, people protest against comic books. Because they think they were the cause of juvenile delinquency. So, that's a load of BS to me. Now, to Jim, little does he know, there is this young girl who has a huge crush on him, and she loves him ever since since high school. And of course, every time when they end up in high school, of course they're teenagers, so they always keep on telling these people who always dress up in an old-fashioned 70s clothing, and they always love listening to disco. Yeah, this movie takes place in the 70s. And Hawk always kept telling them that disco is dead. I'm not against him on that one because it's true. I mean, disco's been dead since the late 70s. Or the beginning of the 80s. Although I have listened to some of the disco songs, and some of them are not bad. It's just too bad disco didn't catch on throughout the history, but rock did. Oh yeah. Oh, I'll get into it later. Now, Hawk here, he's like the leader of the group, and he always keeps finding ways to get his friend Jim out of this this religious school that her mother took him there, because she always kept saying that that rock and roll is the devil's music. Yeah, and everybody keeps saying that if you play the rock and roll song backwards on the record, you'll be hearing the and they think they're sending a message saying it's telling you to worship Satan and all that. Give me a freaking break. Next, you're going to tell me that people can go backwards on CDs and there's a subliminal message in that one. Now, of course, they go through a lot of problems. At first, they did have tickets to see Kiss, but sadly, Jim's mother found them, and she caught him on fire. But Tripp got on the phone because he heard on the radio, if you name the band's name, the real name, they'll get the free concert tickets to see Kiss in Detroit, Michigan. So now he tells them that he got the answers right and they're on their way. But of course they need to get Tripp out. So what they did is they tricked this high priest, well, this preacher who works on this Catholic school. He ordered pizza, and of course Hawk put some mushrooms in it. Can't tell you what kind of mushrooms they are, but he was laughing like a lunatic. But they finally got Jim out, and they finally went all the way, well, they were halfway there until the middle of the road. They found a car full of disco fans. But Tripp, being an a-hole he is, the pizza was falling apart that he was eating, so he tossed it out the window and it hit the group of disco fans' car. So now they're covered in pizza, and they're really peed off. He started beating them up until when they heard the song Kiss. I mean, those disco guys, they really hate Kiss. Even they call them fag music. And even saying that these bands are wearing fag makeup. Ugh. But after Hawk kicked that one guy in the groin, they handcuffed him to the garden pole and driven their car into the edge next to the lake. But here's the thing. Right after they ended up in Detroit, they went to the radio station. But here was the problem. The announcer told Tripp, tell him his name and they'll send the tickets all the way to his address, but Tripp just hung up the phone before he gave him the chance that they're saying that they're on their way. So they had to give the tickets away to somebody else. So they had to find a way to get money in order to get Kiss tickets in order to get into concert. Sadly, Jim, his mother found him outside the cathedral. And she decided to put Jim into the cathedral and have the priest let him talk about his sins. bugs. But most to Jim's surprise, the girl who has a huge crush on him, she showed up. She knows that he was in the cathedral, so she followed him. And she knew that she was moving somewhere else, so she has one chance to be with him. And the only way she did that, she slept with Jim in the confession booth. So Jim and the girl who seemed to like him, he felt like such an idiot not knowing that she had a thing for him. So she said that she'll always remember him and one of these days she'll come back. But who knows? So he finally told his mother that she's the worst mother he ever had. Always keep telling him that listening to Kiss will be the devil's music and all that. And he also ruined the protesters by taking the microphone and saying, "I lost my virginity in the confession booth! Lord have mercy!" Gosh. And he also was distracting the priest by letting him guess about any dark secrets that he done. But the priest is trying to imagine what this woman had on. So it's nothing controversial. Don't worry. Anyway, Trip, on the other hand, he ended up in the gas station. And he was trying to get some Kiss tickets in order to see the concert. So he meets this kid who wears the spaceman makeup. That's one of the Kiss members, has the makeup of the spaceman. Silver, white, and some black there. Anyway, the kid wanted him to rob the gas station. And he knew this would be a bad idea for him to do this, but he has to. Until the bank robber himself showed up with his shotgun and about ready to rob the place. So Trip puts on his hooded mask, and he also grabs the kid's Stretch Armstrong doll and put it in his pocket. Trust me, Stretch Armstrong's been around since the 70s. Anyway, now he deals with the gunman, and then as the bank robber told him to take the piece out, so he showed him Stretch Armstrong. But Trip grabbed his gun while the robber grabbed Stretch Armstrong, and they both fought until Trip let go of the Stretch Armstrong, and the robber went like, "Crawl!" Now, that pretty much surprised the lady who works as a store clerk. And she wanted to know his name, and he says, "They call me Dr. Love." Dr. Love, yeah, Dr. Love! Now, Lex, on the other hand, he finally discovered that a group of bad guys just stole his car, and he finally found it. It was stolen by a bunch of guys who keep stripping cars so they can sell the parts. They steal cars, they strip them, and they also found one of the disco girls handcuffed in their building. So, now Lex, he found two dogs, one Rottweiler and the other one's a German Shepherd, until all of a sudden a beagle, well, I think it's either a bloodhound or a blue tick. I don't know much about dogs. Anyway, the dog gave him a frisbee, and now the dogs are at his side. So now he figured out a way to get his car back and save the girl, since those car strippers, they strip cars, they were about ready to do something really bad to the disco girl. So Lex shows up And as he went like, can't whistle like this, and the 2 dogs shows up. Well, 3 actually. And he tells the dogs, tear these grease monkey a new a-hole. And he finally got her out. And Lex finally took the girl where she wanted to go. Well, at the same time, here's something really shocking to what happened to Hawk. Hawk went into a strip club. And it's like an all-male strippers. And he wanted to get some money in order to find a way to get some tickets. So, turns out, anybody who strips and gets women's attention can win a lot of money. But of course, sadly, Hawk got stage fright. So, he drank a couple of alcohols. But his stage fright got the better of him, so he barfed in one beer mug. Ugh. But he told him to play the Kiss song, and he took off his clothes. But as he got to his boxers, his pants were stuck to his shoes, and he fell off, and he was out. But the owner of the strip club was her. Now, you may not recognize her, but that is Sharon Twig. Some of you may know Sharon Twig from Playboy and a couple of exotic movies. But did you know she's married to Gene Simmons himself? The one with who always sticks out his tongue? That's right. Gene Simmons was married to Sharon Twig. Anyway, after Hawk passed out and he was out of the contest, but she decided to give that kid a break. So she took him to his car, to her car, and, well, that's all I can say. It doesn't show anything, so don't worry. No nudity. A few topless scenes, but that's it. And can you believe that Ron Jeremy is in this movie? I'm not kidding. Ron Jeremy, the famous male porn star. Now, don't ask me how I know about him. I hear a lot of people tell me about Ron Jeremy, and I did say, who is he? And they said the famous male porn star. So, I don't... They show me the picture of him, so now I know who he is. But, after all that, no luck for going to the concert. So they had a brilliant idea. They decided to punch each other real hard and say that they've been jumped by people and stole their concert tickets. So what they did, they punch, hit, kick, wham at each other. And now they're all bruised and bleeding. And they start telling the ticket stand guy that they've been beat up. And Trip picked the kid with the spaceman makeup, along with his 2 goons, his older brother, who's a jock. So, they finally went to the concert. And enjoy Kiss. And they ended the movie with this song. Boom, been on day through the Saturday night. Night is strong, the radio's the only light. And it's so bright it pulls me through. Boom, 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 boom. Gotta be strong, tell me what I got to do. I got to Get up, everybody's going to move their feet. Get down, everybody's going to leave their seat. Boom, boom. You gotta lose your mind in Detroit, Rock City. Get up, everybody's going to move their feet. Get down, everybody's going to leave their seat. That's how far I go in the song. Sorry, folks. I just like that song a lot. Well, since I have more time, I should tell you about Kiss, the band themselves. Now, Kiss has been around ever since the 70s. It started out with these four guys. You have Gene Simmons, the Demon. Paul Stanley, the Star Child. A. Fishley, the Spaceman. And Peter Cross, the Catman. Now, of course, some of the band members had to leave, and they get replaced by other people. Like they have Vinnie Vincent, who has like this, some sort of pendulum makeup on his face. And then they have Eric Carr. Tommy Thaler as the Spaceman. Eric Singer as another Catman. And these two guys, the reason why they're not wearing makeup is because during the 90s, they thought the makeup was kid stuff. So they decided to do their concert. They decided to perform without the makeup and call themselves Kiss Savage. So they have Mark St. John and Mark Kulik. Now, Kiss has been around long time. Now, they did make a few video games. I mean, there were a lot of merchandise, Kiss merchandise. There were Kiss condoms, don't ask. Kiss coffins, Kiss bumper stickers, Kiss guitars. Everything you can think of, Kiss is in it. Heck, they even made a 9-inch dolls of Kiss. And even some action figures too. Which kind of makes me think I should have get some of those if I was into Kiss back then. And I know some of you are thinking, why am I doing this review with no Kiss makeup on my face? Well, I'm not into the Kiss Army, and I don't have the privilege to have Kiss makeup on my face, sadly. But if I had a choice of what makeup, I like the Starman's look. The silver and the white and black. I like to be the Starman. I always liked sci-fi stuff, and the Spaceman was pretty cool. Now, there are some video games that were not bad. I also heard about a video game of Kiss pinball game. A video pinball game. But one thing that got my attention the most is when Kiss starts appearing in comic books. And you know me, comic books is my specialty. I have a printout picture of the Marvel version comic of Kiss from Marvel. Now this one's a rare issue because they say that that the members of Kiss, they pricked their blood and donated their blood on the red ink. So if you ever get this comic book issue of Kiss, you may have the Kiss DNA in the pages. But they kept changing from other companies. Like there's the latest comic, Dynamite Entertainment of Kiss. IDW did Kiss Girls, which I gotta say, seeing girls dressing up as Kiss is pretty hot. Kiss Kids, when they're little kids. Ain't that cute? Image Comics, they did Psycho Circus. I know some of their issues they are based out of their albums, named after their albums. But they have crossed over with a few superheroes. Like there is Kiss and Vampirella, the vampire superhero I did my review of. And if you haven't seen my review of Vampirella, you should look for it on my videos. And Kiss in the Army of Darkness, where Ash Williams joined Kiss. Groovy. Another Kiss from Dark Horse. Kiss is on every company, you know? No ownerships. Heck, they even did Archie Meets Kiss. Mars Attacks Kiss. Mars Attacks Kiss. Oh yeah. Kiss Elder. Now, I heard that there was a Kiss movie they did made. It did involve Kiss, but I heard a lot of people say it wasn't that good, and I wish I would have seen it. It was called Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Theme Park. Phantom of the Theme Park. But one thing they did do is they got themselves into animation. And they made Scooby-Doo and Kiss Rock and Roll Mystery. Like, that is really cool, man. Us, the Mystery Gang, teaming up with Kiss. Yeah, ready, woo. Now, some people would say I would wear the Gene Simmons makeup, because here's one thing a lot of people say. People say that I have Gene Simmons' tongue. Now, there's a rumor saying that Gene Simmons had an operation and they replaced his tongue with a cow's tongue, but that's not true. What they did is they removed that piece of the flesh out of your tongue, so it makes his tongue stick out longer. But I didn't have the operation because I'm born with it. Here's my impression of Gene Simmons. Try to imagine that and try to sleep tonight. Now, if you like this review of Detroit Rock City along with Kiss, please leave a comment down below, hit like, and subscribe. And as for me, I wanna rock and roll all night, and party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night, and party every day. Bow now, bow, 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 bow.